I'm going to take you behind the scenes of a $922,412 transaction in this episode of the Swypit Show. What if you woke up this morning with a $922,412 transaction and your credit card processor just held all your funds? What would you do? Well, my customers are going to call me and I'm going to help with that process of getting a hold of the card issuer, the card holder, everything in process to make this a smooth one so that you can get your money as fast as you can. So if you're working with the right company, you know that they've got your back. And we've been talking about that in the other episodes that we've been doing. But you know what? If you're a business owner and you do these very large transactions and you just switch to the other guy that actually does a cheaper price, or maybe they don't have the best service, whatever it is, they've told you whatever it is to get you as a client, when you have these kinds of transactions, it's going to be something that you need to have the direct contact with somebody who's going to help you. And that's why sometimes working with other merchant service providers doesn't always give you the best service. And I got to tell you, we at Swypit will give the service that people deserve. Unfortunately, in this particular instance, my past contact passed away. And so when I was trying to get a hold of them, I had to go through some strange ways, and we got a hold of the client finally, and I had to explain that we're their current merchant service provider. I hadn't known that that individual passed away. But when they did, they go, "Oh my gosh, we're so glad you called." Who's calling to assist with those problems? We do. And that's why Swypit is going to be your preferred vendor for your merchant services, because we've got your back. We're going to do the things that we need to help you with. I had another client that had some funds held, and of course, we had to get a hold of them and find out what it was. And at the end of the day, it came down to declines. So when you swipe a credit card and it declines, that means the customer doesn't have the money. That means you got to say, "Hey dude, give me another credit card so that we can process this transaction." Don't keep swiping it 2, 3, 4, 5 times. You know, there's somebody actually watching that, and it hits the network, and then our people want to contact them and go, "Why do you keep trying to swipe the same guy's credit card over and over again? The dude's broke, get another credit card." That's why I call and I say, "Hey, listen, we've got a temporary hold on your account because we need to find out what the heck you folks are doing." Here's what I want you to do right now. I want you to call your current merchant service provider, and I want you to get a hold of them and ask them what your rates are. Get a hold of them and find out if they're going to be there for your service needs. I want you to find out, you may have signed up with one company and you might have actually moved to another. Did you know that can happen too? Because people sell their stuff and they sold you to somebody else. You know what? This is when you find out these things. Because if you woke up this morning and you had a $900,000, $22,000 for a lot of money, it's just a lot of money, and you couldn't get a hold of the people that signed you up, I think you'd be in a bad place. So what if you're just doing your everyday transactions and maybe you do this a regular transaction that is higher than you would normally do? Well, that's where we come into play, because you're going to give us a ring saying, "Hey, I normally do $12, $15, $25, $30 transactions. Well, I just did a $1,000 transaction. Is there going to be a problem with that? Probably not, but it depends on the longevity, the history, your actual patterns, the algorithms that create what you're doing in your business that we see. And if you can call me and say, "Hey, listen, we're going to do a larger transaction than normal," then I can put some notes in the system, and then I can be gathering all the information or getting what's necessary to move things in the direction that we need to be doing, and that's getting you paid. Everybody does these strange transactions, and not every one of them is going to be obviously held or there's going to be a problem with it. What we want to do is obviously have you in a position of knowing that we have your back. And that's why Swiping with Swypit is so important, because working with an expert, and in your business, that's what you want, that's what we want, and it's a good team to work together. So whether you're processing a $900,000, a $90,000, a $9, it's time for you to get Swiping with Swypit. Hey, if you like this video and you're ready to get Swiping with Swypit, click on the button below, and of course, give us a ring at 877 379-9748.